They're small, fast, and almost invisible. And in the waters of the Strait of Hormuz, they're becoming one of the biggest threats to the world's most powerful navy. Iran has once again shut down the Strait of Hormuz after briefly reopening it as tensions with the United States continued to escalate following an American blockade of Tehran's ports amid a temporary truce. And at the center of the strategy is reportedly a swarm called the Mosquito Fleet, a network of small, high-speed attack boats designed not for traditional naval battles, but for sowing chaos that can overwhelm the biggest warships. These boats are fast, some reaching speeds of up to 100 knots. Lightweight and highly mobile, many of these boats are modified civilian vessels armed with machine guns, rockets, and built for hit-and-run attacks.
The fleet is operated by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a force which operates as a parallel unit to Iran's regular army and is known for unconventional warfare at sea.
The IRGC uses these boats to enforce the blockade and disrupt movement through the strait, according to reports. These boats are hard to detect. They don't always show up clearly on radar or satellites, and many are hidden in coastal caves, ready to deploy within minutes. Even after relentless US and Israeli strikes, hundreds, possibly thousands, are believed to remain active. And over the years, Iran has expanded the fleet, adding mini-submarines and marine drones, turning the waters into a layered battlefield. The result? Chaos at sea. At least 20 vessels have reportedly been attacked, with ships now stranded on both sides of the narrow waterway. For the US Navy, this isn't a conventional fight. Heavy warships loaded with expensive weapons are facing off against cheap, fast, swarming targets. And for commercial ships, there's almost no defense at all. Meanwhile, in a press briefing earlier this month, Chair of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, fired off a huge number of statistics about the Iran war, including alleged destruction of half of IRGC Navy's small attack boats.
Since the beginning of major combat operations, the United States Joint Force has struck more than 13,000 targets, including in that 13,000 more than 4,000 dynamic targets that popped up on the battlefield and were immediately addressed thanks to the exceptional command and control system and intelligence, acumen, and agility of our joint force. CENTCOM forces destroyed approximately 80% of Iran's air defense systems, striking more than 1,500 air defense targets, more than 450 ballistic missile storage facilities, 800 one-way attack drones storage facilities. All of these systems are gone. We've devastated Iran's command and control and logistical networks, destroying more than 2,000 command and control nodes and degrading their ability to target U.S. and friendly forces. It is, and we know this, incredibly frustrating right now to be a lower level Iranian commander trying to fight your fight. As the Secretary said, the Iranian Navy now lies mostly at the bottom of the Arabian Gulf, and we assess that we've sunk more than 90% of their regular fleet, including all of the major surface combatants, as the Secretary said. 150 ships are at the bottom of the ocean, and half of the IRGC Navy's small attack boats. Joint fires protected from the land, sea, and air executed more than 700 strikes against naval mine targets, and we had assessed that we destroyed more than 95% of their naval mines. And perhaps most importantly, we've destroyed Iran's defense industrial base, their ability to reconstitute those capabilities for years to come. We attacked, along with our partners, approximately 90% of their weapons factories. Every factory that produced Shahed one-way attack drones was struck. Every factory that produces the guidance systems that go into those drones was struck. Their missile defense industrial base is shattered, with more than 80% of their missile facilities gone, as well as their solid rocket motor production capability. It will take years for Iran to rebuild any major surface combatants, as more than 20 naval production and fabrication facilities have been damaged or destroyed. And nearly 80% of Iran's nuclear industrial base was hit, further degrading their attempts to attain a nuclear weapon. Throughout Operation Epic Fury, our joint force struck at the heart of Iran's ability to project power and threaten the United States and the region. And in order to do this, it required the service and sacrifice of more than 50,000 American warfighters deployed across CENTCOM, EUCOM, and stateside. The joint force flew more than 10,000 missions, including 62 bomber missions, 18 of which flew round trip from the United States to deliver bombs on military targets. Each of these missions was more than 30 hours in duration, and we did that 18 times. No other military in the world can do that. And it's a testament to the logistical force that quietly serves behind them. I cannot thank Transcom and the Air Force Tanker and Mobility Force more. Combined with Army and Navy joint fires, we struck more than 13,000 targets. And along with our Gulf partners, we've thus far intercepted 1,700 ballistic missiles and one-way attack drones, defending our forces and our partners in the civilian population. And we remain ready to do so should the need arise. Along the way, we consume more than 6 million meals, and by my estimate, more than 950,000 gallons of coffee, 2 million energy drinks, and a lot of nicotine, but I am not saying that we have a problem. I've laid out the statistics, but it does not truly capture the nature of combat.
News never stops. The world keeps turning, and every turn tells a story. Wars, elections, geopolitics, Davids versus Goliaths.
While everyone is celebrating the US-China trade thaw, Trump has been quietly doing something else across Asia.
These were once home to the ancient Silk Road connecting east and west.
But who's connecting the dots? Who's decoding the global storm? Welcome to Times of India videos.
You're watching a special edition of Global Pulse with me, Neha Khanna.
We decode the shifting grains of geopolitics to you. From Washington to Wuhan. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Just 2 years ago, Canada was one of the most popular countries for Indian students.
From Davos to Delhi, we track the decisions that move markets, shift policies, and shape the future. No jargon, no bias, just clear, credible, global journalism. Because understanding the world doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be smart. And that's what we do best. At Times of India videos, we don't just tell stories, we build perspective. We connect the dots between what's global and what's personal, what's happening out there, and what it means for you. It's fast. It's fearless. It's making sense of the changing world order. Times of India videos. Because your worldview is just a tap away.